Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Wrap, brought to you by Michigan Medicine Headlines. I'm Dan Ellman with the Department of Communication.
And I'm Dan's trusty co-host with a similar name, Dan Zemke. Today, we're going to discuss two important programs, Empower You, the U of M Health Cares program.
Now, before we get into that, be sure you get caught up on any previous programs of The Wrap you may have missed. You can find them on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or any other podcast hosting platform. New episodes are also housed on the Michigan Medicine YouTube channel and published as part of the Headlines Week in Review.
On that note, let's bring in Jasmine Criswell and Cindy Aneen Jan. Can the two of you first explain your roles in the organization?
Sure thing, Dan. Thank you. My name is Jasmine Criswell. I'm a project manager with Community Health Services. My role is focused on supporting health equity through economic development.
Hi, thank you for having me. My name is Cindy Aneen Jan, and I am the Workforce Development and Empower You Program Coordinator for the Program for Multicultural Health.
Outstanding. So, Cindy, let's start with you. For those who are not familiar, could you give us an overview of that Empower You program you mentioned and what its primary goals are?
Yes, so Empower You is a youth life skills and empowerment program to build knowledge and skills in youth to enable them to succeed. And the purpose is to increase youth knowledge about specific strategies and resources available to them to help manage school, family, and other life demands more effectively. And the program goals is to increase youth knowledge and skills to enhance self-awareness, self-management, and positive decision-making. And then the second goal is to expose youth to opportunity that enable them to prepare for and succeed at post-secondary options, such as vocational or trade school, college, or career or job placement.
How does that program collaborate with other organizations or initiatives to further its mission and enhance its impact?
Yeah, so Empower You is located at 4 sites. We partner with 2 community centers and 2 schools in Washtenaw County. So the 2 schools are Pathways to Success Academic Campus in Ann Arbor, and then the second school is the Michigan Islamic Academy in Ann Arbor. And the 2 community centers are both in Ypsilanti, the Park Ridge Community Center and the Community Family Life Center. The schools and community centers are how we gain access to the youth and their families, and we assist these sites with their life skills, health education, or post-secondary planning curriculum.
All right, so Jasmine, let's bring you in. Can you tell us about the U of M Health Cares project? What does CARES stand for and what is its main goal?
Sure, thanks. So CARE stands for Career Awareness, Readiness, and Exploration for Success. It's this dynamic program that we've partnered with Empower You on. The whole idea is to get young folks ready for the workforce by equipping them with essential skills and giving them a glimpse of the different industries that they can enter into. So it's all about preparation and helping them navigate the job market effectively. And then our goals are aligned with bridging the opportunity gap for underserved communities. So it's an integral part of our broader commitment to community engagement and health equity. We've designed CARES to make a lasting impact, empowering participants with the knowledge and the skills that they need for a successful future.
Jasmine, can you break down the key components of the project for us?
Sure. So we have 3 main pillars when we talk about the CARES program. First is professional storytelling. So we bring in industry professionals to the classroom. They share their career stories, the ups, the downs, and everything in between. And it's about giving students real insights. Last year, for instance, we had speakers ranging from a VP at Lear to some of our own internal department experts. Next, we've got skill building activities. So this is where students really focus on soft skills through interactive sessions, teamwork, communication, problem solving skills that are just important as the technical skills that you need in today's job market. So lastly, we put a big emphasis on networking and mentorship. We're big believers of the power of connections and guidance. And it's not just about meeting people, but it's about opening doors to the future opportunities and laying a solid foundation for long-term career success.
So I think that last part leads perfectly into this next question. What do you sort of see as the long-term impacts on students who participate in this program?
So our goal with CARES is to prepare students not just for their first job out of school, but to equip them with the skills and mindset for a successful career journey. So we're looking at a bigger picture and setting them up for the various challenges and triumphs that they'll encounter along the way.
Who mainly benefits from the Empower You and CARES programs, and what kind of impact have you seen on their lives?
Yes, so the youth are definitely the primary beneficiaries of the programs. So, impact on their lives, I would say. So, we do focus on post secondary planning as well, as we stated. So, if a youth is ready to attend a vocational or trade school, or if they want to enroll in a university or college, we assist them with that process, with the application process, um, with identifying scholarships or funding to be able to enroll in those programs. And if the youth is ready to just join the workforce, we assist them with searching for jobs as well as prepping them for the interview, making sure that they have the proper attire for an interview. So, in addition to helping the youth with their post secondary planning, which will help them in the future, we do understand that youth have immediate needs. And so, we assist the youth and their families with accessing community resources such as food pantries, clothing drives, and as well as social services in the community, such as for housing.
Yeah, that's great. It sounds like an incredible program. Jasmine, I know Cindy just talked about some specifics. Can you also talk about some specifics in services and resources that CARES offers to support career awareness and exploration?
Sure thing. So Cindy covered a whole lot, but one of the things that we do with the CARES program is that throughout the school year, students will work on crafting a personal portfolio that's a reflection of their growth, and it ends up being a toolkit that they can use to make informed decisions about their future. So our curriculum is designed to be both comprehensive and practical. So we'll work on like resume writing, sharpening interview skills. We even tackle financial management and budgeting. And by the end of the year, the students will have a resource portfolio where they can go back and reference these documents or these activities as they continue their future planning. Our goal is to ultimately extend what we're doing in the classroom into a real world exposure. So we hope to collaborate with initiatives like Poverty Solutions and Michigan Works Southeast. They have a summer works program to be able to provide our students with tangible real world experiences to not only complement what they've been learning in the classroom, but to give them a platform to apply those skills in real life.
My next question is for Jasmine. Can you talk about some of the challenges students face in career awareness and exploration? And how does CARES help overcome these?
Certainly. So one of the biggest challenges that we see is that many students, particularly those that are first generation college students, like I was, often don't have a clear blueprint for navigating their career paths. They can feel overwhelmed. They might be unsure of what their options are or even where to start. And so our program tries to help mitigate those issues. And we're committed to guiding students through the complexities of career exploration. Our approach is to illuminate a variety of career paths and help develop essential skills. And Cindy, I think you can talk a little bit more to some of the challenges that our students might face.
Yeah, so I think a lot of the youth, they tend to just do sort of what they see around them. So they're not exposed to that many different career paths in their families. So I have youth that when I ask them, like, oh, what do you want to do? They say, oh, well, I just want to do hair. And so I say to them, oh, have you thought of like actually owning a salon or maybe teaching other people how to do hair? And they're like mind blown because they never thought of that because maybe just their mom and aunts, they just do hair at home. And so they thought that that is the only capacity that there is for doing hair. Another example, I would say with some challenges, I know specifically at the Michigan Islamic Academy, a lot of those youth, they feel that their parents want them to do one career set. Like I have 12-year-olds saying that they're going to get a PhD, and I say a PhD in what? And they don't even know. So just they don't even know what a PhD is. So just kind of like taking a step back and, letting them know that your career that you want to have as an adult, it's all about what your interests are. So let's identify your interests and then let you know about all the different options that are out there.
Well, and I think it's not stated very much, but the applying to colleges, the process for that is completely overwhelming for those who have resources, right? Anyway, and for those who don't, I feel like it could be a deal breaker for a lot of people. Applying to jobs, the paperwork, just all of those things, they take time, they take money, they take effort, it's just a very complicated process. So I'm so glad that these programs are here to help. So how can students, parents, educators get involved with or access the services provided by CARES and Empower You?
Yes, so I definitely like to keep the communication open across our community partner sites as well as with the parents. At the two community centers, I make it a point to introduce myself to the parents because I do have access to them there. The parents, they have access to my phone number, my email, and we do invite them to all of our Cares guest speakers if they'd like to join us.
For Jasmine, how can the wider community get involved and contribute to the success of Cares?
That's a great question, Dan. So the CARES program thrives on community involvement. And there are numerous ways for the community to contribute to its success. Local businesses and organizations can forge valuable industry partnerships and offer internships and real world projects to our students. And then additionally, professionals across various sectors are encouraged to participate as guest speakers or mentors and share their knowledge and guide the next generation.
Could you briefly describe sort of what volunteering for these programs would look like?
Sure. So volunteering is really simple. It involves dedicating just an hour of your time to share your career journey with our students. The hour is a chance to inspire and guide these young students toward their future. And if anyone is interested in being a guest speaker for the 2023-2024 school year, they can reach out to Cindy Anim Jan at cindyan@med.umich.edu. The sessions are held on Thursdays from 11:15 a.m. to 12:15 p.m. at Pathways for Success High School in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And we hope to expand our reach to the Ypsilanti community and Lincoln Consolidated School Districts for the 2024-2025 school year.
Right. Finally, what are some of the long-term goals and visions for these programs, particularly in terms of their impact on the community?
So our long-term visions for programs like U of M Cares and Empower You is to really create a lasting positive impact on our community. With CARES, one of our key goals is to establish a sustainable model of career readiness that can be replicated and adapted across different communities. We want to see a future where every student, regardless of their background, has access to the tools, resources, and supports that they need to be successful in their chosen careers.
Outstanding. Thank you so much, Jasmine and Cindy, for joining us today. If you want to learn more about these important programs, go to mmheadlines.org. That's mmheadlines.org.
All right, it's time for the lightning round. When we ask one of our guests 4 quick-fire questions that you haven't seen before. Cindy, you won a coin toss backstage. Are you ready to go?
Yes.
All right, we talked a lot about careers on today's show. If you weren't doing what you do for the organization, what would you consider your dream job or career?
That's a good question.
Mhm.
So Empower You actually is my dream job. But if I had to pick something else, I think I would be like a florist.
Nice. That's so gentle and nice. I like
It
that.
is.
Yeah, I do
And
have a
not
small
over the top like something I would have picked, but
Oh no, I do have a small business where I do like floral arrangements and gift baskets and stuff.
oh, that's
Nice.
cool.
So I would probably focus on that full time if I wasn't doing that.
Of course, last weekend was Michigan-Ohio State game with the right team coming out on top. Are you into college football? And if not, are there any sports you are into?
So I'm not that big into college football because I went to Eastern. And Eastern doesn't have that great of a football
Go
community. Yeah, go Eagles.
Eagles.
So the sports I am into, I would say I did cheerleading as a child, so I'm very into cheerleading.
That works. That works. All right. The holidays are right around the corner. What's your favorite holiday tradition that you have with your family?
Oh, I love the holidays. My favorite holiday tradition with my family is we always open the Christmas presents at 12:01 a.m. So yeah, as a child, it was so difficult to try to stay up to midnight. I thought it was like the hardest thing I had to do all year, and now I wish I could go to sleep before midnight.
Yeah, I could see that. I also felt like it was like the coolest thing to like watch the clock change over like at midnight to like it's a new day and I'm still
Yeah.
awake. It was like the coolest thing as a kid.
Yeah, my mom would just make it so it was like you notice I said 12:01. Like it was so unnecessary to do that, but
We could have been doing this 60 seconds ago. Come on.
I had to wait until 8:01 a.m.
Wow.
Waking
Yeah.
up at like 5 in the morning, like those 3 hours of like, when are we gonna get this show on the road? All right. So finally, today of all days is National Pie Day. So we
Oh.
need to know, what is your favorite kind of pie?
definitely apple. I'm a little basic. Sorry.
There's
Same
nothing
thing,
basic
yeah.
about a good apple pie. I'm just
That's
saying.
true.
And you could throw some like vanilla ice cream on it,
Yes,
right?
a la
Yes.
mode. A la
Yes.
mode.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Cindy, for playing along, being a good sport, and to both you and Jasmine for sharing details on CARES and Empower You. If you want to learn even more about those programs, go to mmheadlines.org. That's mmheadlines.org.
Check out other stories from this week, including a closer look at Emily Marlowe, the new chief of advanced practice nursing. Find her feature and much more at MM Headlines.
All right, it's time for the weekly trivia contest. Now, last episode, we asked listeners, how many work groups are going to be formed to help plan the launch of the D-Dan and Betty Kahn Healthcare Pavilion? The answer is 54. Congratulations to David Ruprecht of Community Health Services, who sent in the correct answer. Now, for this week's question, here's Dan.
This week's question is, what is the name of the facility dog who serves as a mascot for sepsis awareness at Michigan Medicine? Once again, what is the name of the facility dog? You should all know this. Who serves as a mascot for sepsis awareness at Michigan Medicine? You can find the answer this week in Headlines. And once you know it, which you should already know, send it to headlines@med.umich.edu for the chance to win a grand prize.
That's all we have for this week. Thank you, Cindy and Jasmine, for joining us. And thank you, as always, to all of our listeners and viewers for everything you do for patients, families, and each other. We'll see you next week.